Hello everyone, and welcome. If you're here, it means you've made a powerful decision. The decision to learn and speak English. And let me tell you, that's a wonderful step toward new opportunities, better communication, and a world without language barriers. Today, let's talk about something simple but powerful, mastering the basics. Many learners believe they need to know everything before they can start speaking. But that's not true. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a big vocabulary. What you need is courage. And a few basic tools. Start speaking with simple words and phrases. Don't wait for perfection. When people begin learning English, one of the most common fears they face is speaking. They often think they need to know a lot of vocabulary or speak with perfect grammar before they can open their mouths. This belief stops progress. The truth is, fluency begins not with perfection, but with the courage to use simple words and phrases right from the start. Think about how babies learn to speak. They don't begin with long sentences or complex grammar rules. They begin with one word, mama, milk, ball. Over time, those single words become short phrases like want juice or go outside. This is a natural way to learn any language. As adults, we forget that we can use the same process. It's okay to begin small. It's not only okay, it's the smartest way to start. Using simple phrases gives you confidence. When you say, "Hello, how are you? My name is Anna," you are communicating. You are making real English. These are not just words from a textbook. They are living, working parts of a conversation. And each time you say them, you are training your brain to think in English. You're building your foundation. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Many learners spend years studying English, but are still afraid to speak. Because they are worried about making mistakes. They ask, "What if I say the wrong word?" Or, "What if I use bad grammar?" But here's a secret. Even native English speakers make grammar mistakes. Everyone does. The key is not to be perfect. The key is to be understood. And if you speak simply, you will be understood. Each of the most powerful conversations happen with the most basic words. For example, I hungry, I go work, I like music. Are these perfect sentences? No. But do they make sense? Yes. The person listening to you will understand your meaning. And that is what communication is all about. Another benefit of starting with simple words and phrases is that it helps your memory. When you use the same phrases often, like, "What is your name?" or "Can you help me?" they become part of your automatic speaking. You no longer have to think too hard. Your brain begins to respond naturally. That's fluency in action, and it grows from repetition. Also, when you start speaking early, even with limited vocabulary, you train your mouth and ears to work together. English has different sounds and rhythms from many other languages. The only way to become comfortable with these is to use them, even if it's just one sentence a day. Speak to yourself in the mirror. Say what you're doing. I am cooking. I am reading. I am tired. These small sentences help your muscles and your mind adjust to English naturally. You may feel nervous or shy. That's normal. But remember, every time you speak, you improve. Every single time. The first time may feel difficult. The second time may still feel strange. but the third time will be easier. And by the 10th or 20th time, it will start to feel normal. You will begin to trust your voice. You'll feel proud of what you can say. It's also important to remember that English is a global language with many accents, styles, and expressions. There's no one perfect way to speak it. So, even if your words are simple, your voice is valuable. People want to hear you. And the best way to make your voice heard is to use what you already know, right now. Practice a little every day to build confidence and fluency. One of the most effective ways to become comfortable speaking English is to make it a part of your daily routine. You don't need to study for hours or memorize hundreds of words at once. In fact, short, consistent practice sessions are often more powerful than long, occasional ones. When you practice a little every day, your brain gets used to the rhythm of English, your confidence grows, and your fluency improves over time without you even realizing it. Daily practice helps turn English into a habit. Just like brushing your teeth or checking your phone, it becomes something you do automatically. Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a day, those small moments add up. Reading a short paragraph, listening to a short dialogue, or speaking a few sentences aloud trains your brain to stay connected to the language. It keeps English fresh in your mind, and it prevents you from forgetting what you've already learned. Speaking a new language can feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is natural, especially if you're shy or afraid of making mistakes. But the more you practice, the more your brain starts to relax. It begins to treat English not as something foreign, but as something familiar. The key to this shift is repetition. When you hear and say certain words every day, they stop feeling strange. They become part of your thinking. That's the beginning of fluency. You don't need a classroom or a textbook to practice. You can use what you already have around you. Describe what you're doing during the day in English. For example, if you're cooking, you can say, "I am cutting vegetables," or "I need a spoon." If you're walking, you can say, "I see a car," or "The sky is blue." These simple observations in English help connect the language to your daily life. This is one of the best ways to train your brain to think in English instead of translating from your native language. Another powerful tool for daily practice is self-talk. Talk to yourself out loud. You don't need an audience. Say good morning in English. Say what you plan to do today. Talk about what you like or dislike. It may feel silly at first, but it works. Your mouth and tongue get used to English sounds. You become more comfortable forming English sentences. Over time, you'll notice that speaking becomes smoother and faster. Listening is also a valuable part of daily practice. Even if you don't understand every word, listening to English regularly improves your comprehension. Watch short videos, listen to English music, or follow a podcast. Pay attention to how words are pronounced, how sentences are formed, and how intonation works. Try repeating what you hear. Even short phrases like, "What's your name?" or "I don't know," become easier to use when you hear them often. Writing a few sentences each day can also help. You don't need to write an essay. Just write a short journal entry. "Today I feel happy," or "I went to the store." This gives you time to organize your thoughts in English. It also helps you see which words or grammar points you want to learn next. Making daily practice fun is important too. Choose topics that interest you. Talk about your hobbies. Read about your favorite sport, music, or city. When you enjoy the content, you stay motivated. English stops feeling like a chore and starts becoming part of your personality. That emotional connection is what keeps you going, even on days when you feel tired or busy. The real magic of daily practice is that it slowly builds your confidence. At first, you might hesitate before speaking, but as the days go by, you'll start to speak more easily. You won't need to think so hard about every word. Your voice will become stronger, and your English will sound more natural. So, if you truly want to speak English with confidence and fluency, don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect words. Start now, start small, and stay consistent. Just a few minutes each day can change everything. Every word you speak, every sentence you try, every mistake you make is progress. Remember, fluency is not built in a day. It's built daily. Be patient, be bold, and never stop believing in your ability to grow. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin.